Whenever you're ready.
When I got the assignment to talk about forgiveness and the act of forgiving, I knew exactly what I was going to talk about. I had several debates with myself about whether or not I should do this, because considering it is so close to my heart. My name is DeLung. Before I share my story, I would like to share a quote from the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama says that he should forgive the person or persons that committed atrocities against oneself, but you should not forgive those atrocities. You have to be aware and remember those experiences so they do not happen again. It is the experiences that make a person, and you cannot be apologetic for the person that you become due to those experiences. My story I want to share with you has to do with mental illness. I know our society, and especially the campus of Mount Union, has dealt with mental illness issues over the years. Personally, I have been dealing with them my whole life. My mother has struggled with depression since I can remember. There were many obstacles I had to go through and get over because of my mother's struggles. It was hard on my family when she would be gone at the hospital for long amounts of time, or even when you knew she was sad, but there was just nothing you could do. There was one specific incident regarding my mother that stands out to me the most, and has the biggest impact on my life. When I was maybe 12 or 13 years old, I woke up to find my mother lying on the living room floor unconscious. After I called 911 and the paramedics arrived, I realized that if I hadn't woken up that night, I might not have a mother here today. A few years after that, she tried to take her life a second time. There were more hospital stays, and you could just tell that nothing was getting better. I struggle with blaming her for abandoning my brother and I. Did she not care about us? Were we not enough to keep her around? With her being gone, I had to step up as a parental role for my brother. The relationship between my brother and I has been changed, maybe for the better, maybe for the worse. It's hard to act like a sister when I acted like a parent for so long. Eventually, the hospital stays became fewer, and my mom was making a change for the better. She was smiling more, seemed happier. It was around this time I found the quote from the Dalai Lama. I noticed that without my mother actually leaving, she was finally back. I forgave my mother for being sick, but to this day, I still cannot forget her actions that changed my brother and I's life. It seems easy to forgive and forget the whole situation, but that's just not an option. These events and these memories will forever change our lives. It has shaped who we are and who we have become today. I am not apologizing for letting these events that have allowed me to become a better person that ultimately led to my mother having a better life. I still remember after I found her that night on the living room floor, I would find myself in her room checking on her to make sure she was okay. It took me a long time to forgive her for my own feelings of being abandoned by her, but although these actions have changed my life, I hope no one else has to go through these things. I believe that my mother and I are stronger now, that we went through these, and not allowing these events to hinder on our lives. Thank you.